Did you know what's the secret to a Starbucks success is? From hidden histories to facts you've never heard before. In this video, we uncover everything for you. The Starbucks brand was founded by Jerry Baldwin, Gordon Boker, and Jeff Siegel. The three of them opened the first Starbucks store in 1971 near the historic Pick Place Market in Seattle. They shared two common traits. They were all college graduates and they all had a deep passion for coffee and tea. They invested in opening the first store in Seattle and borrowed some money, naming it Starbucks after the character in the classic novel by Herman Melville. Alfred Pitt, a coffee roasting artisan, was a key inspiration for the Starbucks founders. Pitt was a Dutch immigrant who imported the first high-quality Arabica coffee beans to the United States in 1950s. In 1966, he opened a small store called Pitt's Coffee and Tea in Berkeley, California, specializing in selling premium-grade coffees and teas. Pitt's success inspired the Starbucks founders to base their business model on selling high-quality coffee beans and top-notch equipment. Pitt became the primary supplier of green coffee beans to the Starbucks brand. The partners then purchased a second-hand coffee roaster from the Netherlands, and Baldwin and Boker utilized Alfred Pitt's roasting techniques to create unique blends and flavors of coffee beans. In the early 1980s, the Starbucks brand opened 4 stores in Seattle that distinguished themselves from competitors with high-quality freshly roasted coffees. It was during this time that Siegi decided to pursue other interests and left the remaining partners. Thereafter, Baldwin took over as the leader of Starbucks. In 1981, Howard Schultz, a sales representative for Hemaplast, a Swedish company producing kitchen equipment and household items, from which Starbucks bought drip coffee makers, noticed a significant growth in orders from this company and became curious to visit Starbucks. Schultz was so impressed by the brand that he immediately decided to work for Starbucks. In 1982, he was hired as the marketing director for the Starbucks brand. At the beginning of his tenure at Starbucks, he realized that customers who came to the stores for the first time sometimes felt uncomfortable due to their lack of knowledge about good coffee. He worked with store employees to develop sales skills and designed brochures to introduce the company's products to customers in simple language. Howard Schultz's biggest ideas for the Starbucks future took shape in the spring of 1983 when he attended International Home Furnishings Trade Show in Milan. While in Italy, he was inspired by the country's cafe and realized that Milan alone had 1,500 cafe shops. Drawing inspiration from the coffee drinking culture in Milan, Schultz envisioned a further development for the Starbucks brand and decided to transform it from a regional store into a national chain of coffee shops. This idea did not sit well with Baldwin and Boker, as they did not want Starbucks to deviate from its traditional business model. They intended for Starbucks to remain merely a seller of coffee beans and brewing equipment and not become a coffee serving espresso and cappuccino. Seeing that he could not persuade Baldwin and Boker to accept the coffee shop idea, Schultz left Starbucks in 1985 and launched his own chain of coffee shops called Gioralo. This brand quickly succeeded and rapidly expanded to different cities across the United States. In March 1987, Baldwin and Bowker decided to sell the Starbucks brand. Schultz quickly moved to purchase Starbucks through second growth. He merged all his activities under the Starbucks brand. And in addition to selling coffee beans and equipment in Starbucks store, also launched a national chain of coffee shops. Under Schultz's leadership, the Starbucks coffee shop chain grew from fewer than 20 stores to over 100 stores in just 4 years. Starbucks entered a period of expansion that continued until 1992. In 1996, Starbucks opened stores outside of North America and soon became the largest chain of coffee shops in the world. By the end of the decade, Starbucks had opened around 2,500 coffee shops in about 12 countries. In 2000, Schultz announced his resignation as CEO but would remain on the board of directors. Until 2007, the Starbucks chain of coffee shops had more than 15,000 branches worldwide. A year later, in January 2008, Schultz resumed leadership as CEO of Starbucks. He oversaw the closure of 900 stores and implemented a high-flying strategy to ensure new growth paths, including buying changed bakeries, selling coffee equipment, and introducing an instant coffee brand. He also oversaw changes to the Starbucks store menu. As a part of these changes, Starbucks began selling food in its cafe in 2013. In 2017, Schultz stepped down as CEO again, and Kevin Johnson replaced him as CEO of the brand. With a change in job title, Schultz continued his activities in the company, and until 2018, he served as executive chairman. In that year, Myron Ullman replaced him. The world's largest Starbucks, which is a restaurant, opened in Chicago in 2019. By the end of 2022, the number of Starbucks branches in 84 countries worldwide was 35,711 branches. Like the video now and subscribe it. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.